God damn. Literally just start this and I'm fucking body's having an attack. Oh my lord. My body is going crazy. It wants to be attack me. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck does he want? Jesus Christ. I'm already dealing with this now. This is still happening again. My fucking nose, dude. What the hell? Yeah. There we go. Hopefully that's... Whoa, that's a little too much now. Damn. Don't need it that loud. Jesus. How about something right there? That seems about right. All right, now to whip up a boo. Whip up a bowl of disgustingness. This is gonna be fun. Oh boy. All right. There we go. So I feel easy, Bane. I don't know why you don't just like hang out over here, bud. Oh, what the fuck? Piece of glass right there. Get that out of there. Don't need that shit. Don't need that bunk ass bullshit. There we go. There we go. There we go. I just wish that this was fresh. Ooh, oh. I was about to say it wasn't as bad up until I just like did that. Well, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a really fun enjoyment of my night, isn't it? But you know what? It doesn't even fucking matter because tonight was fucking amazing. More than I honestly thought it was gonna be too. Being a good old Rip City, went to that show up in Vancouver, and I actually legit found out that one of my old high school friends is a fucking drummer of one of the opening bands that was playing for Los Malablaos today. I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, whoa, I haven't seen this person in like over 9 years, and reconnected after seeing them perform at a show. I'm just like, holy shit. And I saw my old fucking band director from high school. I saw him over there. I like to look over as I'm chiefing up with Eric from Los Malablaos. I look over and I see him. I'm like, I do this. I'm like, is that who I think it is? And he just immediately recognized me. He was like, oh, too. And I was like, what the hell is he doing out here? But then I found out it was because he was supporting the first band I was playing up, the Wild Jumps. And I was just like, it was just so like random and quick. And I was just like, damn, like hell yeah. Found out he retired officially now, so he's not doing band directing anymore. Which low key though, good on him. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, he was doing that for a long time. But honestly, he has not changed like an iota. Like I had 10 years, I haven't seen V. Like he literally does not look any different. He looks smaller now though, probably just because I'm taller. But shit. I will admit, that was like kind of a wild, like, what the fuck? Like, it was already cool to, like, have Rip City get introduced with Los Malablaos and shit. But then to have that happen, I was just like, whoa. This is like a weird mind fuck a little bit, but I'm okay with it. This is dope. Too bad Dad didn't have too much of an opportunity to chit chat because he was having to head back home so he can make some dinner and shit. And I was like, yeah, that's totally fair. Wish could hang out a little more, but alas. I just kind of feel, a little sucky just because I forgot to ask what the drummer's name was because they're trans too, and at least back in high school they weren't yet. So I only know them by their old name. I don't know what their new name is now because obviously I would assume that they changed their name unless they kept it. But I mean, because that isn't totally unusual. But I mean, at least for me, I was like, as I was like, as we were going down crossing the bridge, back to Portland, I went, motherfucker, I should have goddamn asked the name. Because once I explained to Rip City about who it was, he was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I was like, yeah, one of our old at least for me an old high school buddies, fucking made it out there. It's like shit, hell yeah. Definitely now going to have to really check out more of their band, for sure. At least when they're doing some more shows. Any other bands were fucking great too. It was just raw, amazing set. I didn't bring my other phone though, so I didn't get videos or pictures this time around. It's probably the first time in a long time that haven't recorded anything for one of the shows I've been to, but now I kind of wish I did. But whatever, not a big deal. Well, it's not like it's gonna be the only time I see these bands, obviously. But shit, I still can't get over that, that my band director was there, out of nowhere, my old school, high school band director. I was like, what the fuck? That threw me for a fucking loop. But, knowing why he was there, it totally explains it all. So now I'm wondering, it's if I go to other random shows where, the Wild Jumps is playing, is there just going to literally be an oddball chance I'm just going to, see him around? Even because he asked if I was in one of the bands playing, I just kind of was like, no. Well, I wish. I kind of wanted to start one. I was actually just about, literally was going to bring that up to Eric too a little bit, and he does actually have a few people that, that kind of need some horn players and other musician players. So I'm just like, well, I need to get my shit out of retirement when it comes to my trumpet because I haven't played that in a while. So now I'm definitely going to commit to that, honestly, at this point. I'm just like, all right, I got to get back in that damn thing. Got to get back to, into the rope-a-dopes things. Oh, fuck this. All right, well, that was terrible. Eh. It's just concrete floors, whatever. But, ugh. Nasty. Nasty. Here we go. Now I'm just wondering what other people from the old band days from high school are also in bands too, because I know one of my old buddies that moved to Alabama, I think was still playing over there the last time I heard. And then obviously there's I don't want a dead name, that's the only fucking thing. I just don't know what their new name is. Still gonna beat myself over that, until I meet him next time. It's kind of funny. They, thought I was living over, out in Vancouver. I'm just like, well, no, I'm definitely not, over there, or anything. Honestly, I wouldn't want to anyway, just on the virtue of sales taxes. I would not want to live in Washington just for that. I'm equivocal when it comes to beauty, but it's like, sales taxes, that sucks. I don't want to deal with that. Get a little too privileged without having sales taxes around here. And I much prefer that. Silly dog. Shit, a little dog. I definitely love this little fucking, like, and when it comes to, like, the music and stuff, because I'm kind of thinking about, like, at least, hitting Eric up at some point, maybe being like, hey, when it comes to those people, like, or at least some of the, bands that, are kind of starting up, or, and shit, because I know I mentioned there was another band, I forgot what they were called, but I've seen their flyers around before. I think they're, like, Star Prodigy, I think, or something like that. I also heard of them before, and I think they're kind of more up and coming, so they haven't really played any shows yet. So don't know what their vibe would be like, but I mean, if I remember, like, seeing the flyers, if this is the same band I'm thinking of, then it would probably be up my alley too. If anything, just something to get the fucking foot in the door at this point, because I want to at least, do my own project too, because I've been kind of like having a little bit of a little music kick lately. And every time I go to these shows, I kind of start kicking my ass a little bit, being like, damn it, why am I not just, like, at least at minimal writing stuff? I need to just start writing shit. Oh, come on, quit popping out of the damn hole. There we go. There we go. That's bomb. Thanks. Funny enough, this isn't really, like, that great of a piece either. This is technically a backup. Honestly, considering that, like, I'm surprised about the compliment, because, like, this thing is also being held by Gorilla Glue. It's a plastic piece, but it ended up, like, cracking a little bit, so I had to work some magic on it. It fixed it, but, now just really looks ghetto as fuck. I was hoping to at least, like, add some more stickers, like, around where, well, those spots are, but can't really do that, so now I just need to, I guess, just fill them out everywhere else. Everywhere else, if I can. Actually, speaking of stickers, I know I got, like, a little merch from the bands I saw. Wow, let's see what I got here. That is a little 3D printed little filler. I know I got at least, some of the Wild Jump, little magnets. They're technically pins, but, I mean, the actual, like, pin back pieces on them aren't there, so I'm gonna have to get, like, some sort of a magnet in my jacket, because I want at least one of these on the jacket, but I don't know where. Because, wait, could I possibly maybe see if I can have it on the, where, like, that button is? Will that work? No? No. Okay, I guess those are not magnetic buttons. I thought they would be, but I guess not. Gonna have to figure out where to put this, especially if I'm gonna have a magnet in my pocket. Like, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I could put it down here, because then I could just have it in, this pocket here. And I do have some strong fucking magnets over here. What about over here? Could I do it over here? Yeah, I could do the same. I could start putting them on my back, and I just have it literally on my back. Just have, like, the inside, like, coat lining, with just, like, a magnet or two back there or some shit. I actually want to see where I want to put this pin from the band of the Sorleys that I saw. I think I might put it on the hat. I just don't know where I want to put it on my hat yet, though. Let's see. Oh, wait, you know what? Perfect space right here from what I could tell. slowly but surely, getting it all evened out. I think you do that there. That's so sad. Yeah, there we go. Like so. No, not on the same. Like right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Swoop. Swoop. And I know I got a shitload of stickers too. And one of the bassists of one of the bands also had like a fuckload of stickers that they were just giving out for free too, just for the hell of it. Oh yeah, sweet. So I got a couple of those too that she decided to give out. I got a couple of these little stickers from the band of Vicious Cycle that was playing. And I know I have something else in here. What else was in here? Oh, and then one of the pins, which I already have one of them at least on my hat. I'm gonna find somewhere to put this on my jacket. Just don't know where yet. Just gotta take a look around. Oh, you know what? I could probably. You know what? Yeah, that actually works like a pretty nice little spot. Right there. Yeah. I think right there would actually be a good, fine little location for that. It looks like there at least used to be a pin here at one point. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Sweet. Oh, and here's some of those free stickers I got. This one's definitely one of my favorite ones. I was like, I need to snag that one. No Mercy for Fascism. And then this one is, pretty self-explanatory. I think I want to stick this up somewhere in the neighborhood. I don't know where yet, though. And then this one, which is really a pretty one, too. I really like how, pretty as fuck that is. Very artsy. May your olive chilies flourish under the sun of a free Palestine. Nice, cool. Don't know where I want to put this one, but I think I'm going to keep this one, plastered somewhere over here so it doesn't get fucked with by random dorks. Definitely putting this on my gun safe, though. This is definitely going to be on that, for sure. And there's somewhere where it could be more readily available to see. I'm at a point now to where I could just start overlapping a lot of these stickers, to be honest. I just know which ones I should. The new record of Ragnarok Tractor just dropped. The White Death's been officially introduced. Unfortunately, this is one more of the Lord Deep chapters, so him and Loki haven't started their match yet. Well, hopefully, I would assume, and hopefully, we get to that pretty soon. Though I don't know when you popped in, but I had a pretty fucking wild night tonight, going to the show tonight. Not even because, the show itself was, fucking wild, insane, crazy, even though it was fun and wild, I mean, for sure. But, it was, I fucking, found one of my old high school buddies that I used to, partake with, high school band and shit with, and, jazz ensemble back in high school. And I saw my fucking band director from high school that was there. And now it was just it was like a little miniature, band reunion for a second. I was like, what in the hell? When I found when my band director and I reconnected, I was outside with Eric from Lost Mount Blows. We were smoking up out of his pipe, and I was like, take this really quick. I want to talk to him. Oh shit. Whoa, fuck. I was like, whoa. Was there blood? No. There was a lot of fun skanking and moshing, though. And there was a bunch of youngins, that were there doing their thing, and all, because it was an all-ages show. But, they were going hard, dude. There were some, kids going, I don't know, probably either, seniors or juniors or just fresh out of high school. I don't fucking know or really care. But they were going hard. It was just damn. It's small pit. But they were going pretty intense with it. I was like, fuck yeah. At least, a lot of these young bucks kind of, up and coming are going just as hard as I am. It's fuck yeah. Though I will admit, I was, at least especially for Los Montblados, I was basically the one guy doing the whole pit for the most part. I was just all right, Lost my blouse playing. I'm bumping into bitches. I'm bumping into motherfuckers. I'm like going in on it. I mean, you know, that's when like everyone else started getting into it too. Like it ended up being a pretty intense fucking pit, you know, for a minute there. Oh, and they played Bella Ciao. I haven't heard it in forever, but as soon as I heard the distinct introductionary solo that Eric does to that song, I was like, and then I heard it's distinct da 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 da, and I just literally went, yes. I was like, yes, I knew it. It's about time. I haven't heard it in forever. I mean, and I had to go hard for that one because that is, you know, such an epic fucking song. And I know they're making a new album too, and hopefully that comes out pretty soon as well because that would be exciting. I still can't believe that, like, you know, one of my old high school, like, you know, bandmates from fucking high school, like, you know, high school band and jazz is literally in a successful local punk band. And my friend Stefan Rip City, like, he already liked the fuck out of him, you know, and I just haven't got a chance to see him live yet, but, like, I don't think Rip realized who, you know, the drummer was, especially, but after, like, we reconnected, I was like, I see how Rip knows you guys already because obviously somehow, like through the grapevine, you know, he heard of you guys, you know, probably, you know, like in the early stages because he always would talk them up, you know, and I just like how I talk up Los Blados. They would kind of talk up the Wild Jumps, you know, for a little bit. But hey, at least the meme finally ended with Rip. And he was just like, yo, it's absolutely worth it to go see these guys. Holy shit. I should have been taking off work to see these guys. I was like, I told you. It's like, I told you. It's like, I mean, I told you to just say, fuck it, call in, you know, and just send it because, like, straight up, they're worth it. And he realized, it's like, man, I think you probably have beaten yourself up for the few times you could have, you know, said fucking seen them, but you just, like, missed out. I'm using this to fucking. My nose, goddamn. Good lord. It's actually pretty warm. I'll turn that heater off. That probably is why. I'll probably explain at least some of that. Ooh, nice. Oh, here, make sure that. Oh, of course, set top messages. Yeah, let's switch that up. There we go. Just so I don't have to worry about YouTube's bullshit. Ooh, that felt good. That felt nice. Despite the pit not going hard, the back still needs a little bit of a snap, crackle, pop. Like right before the stream, I saw an ad on another video for for a mentor program. It sounds nice, right? Given kids who don't have anyone to look to as a guide. Yeah, sponsored by Old Spice and Walmart at the School of Swagger. Well, thanks, Mr. Devon. It's really awesome having you teach me things. No problem, William. But the important thing is that you believe in yourself. Thank you. And bless it, you know, and have, you know, a little bit of that good old Spice for the longest lasting of any brand. Wait, what? And at Walmart is the best price store, and you can get, you know, low value prices anywhere with Walmart. Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting. Leans uncomfortably close. And you can never shop anywhere else. I know, for real. Yeah, Walmart really do be like that. It's kind of gross, like, because I, get the idea of, like having, like, that type of programs being a thing, but it's always got like some fucked up money, and shit, behind it. And more often than not, a lot of that money isn't even going to the program itself. It's being pocketed. That's the fuck thing about it. Like, and honestly, that's partially why I'm not really like as favorable towards like just like charity and shit. Because honestly, more often than not, a lot of charity organizations legit are just they're pocketing bullshit, and a lot of them tend to genuinely be corrupt or are kind of just fucked up organizations. Like Autism Speaks, for example, they're really a fucked organization. Like, don't ever support their asses. Now there are good like autism awareness orgs and shit like that, that help parents and help kids, learn about their disorder and being able to overcome it, figure it out, stuff like that. By overcome, I mean like overcoming a lot of the like certain aspects of what they might be struggling with, whether it's like sociability and communication, anxiety, whatever it is, because obviously it's considering the neurodiversity of it, like overcoming a lot of the hurdles that comes with struggling with that, is arguably a good thing. But that doesn't mean there should be a cure for it. By the way, that's the thing about Autism Speaks, for example, is that they view it as something that ought to be cured instead of just treated with proper understanding of the actual disorder in order to like help those, especially if they tend to be more severely autistic, to overcome that type of stuff. Because I mean, at least I know a few examples of where like at least with a couple of them, at least one of them for sure is one of my friends where they were pretty high up there spectrum wise, but now are just I don't know, about the same level as me, basically, very mild. And a lot of that's just actually understanding what it is and figuring that type of stuff out and being able to learn more, especially when it comes to psychology, of what, that neurodivergency is, when it comes to that. I mean, that's and that just goes for any, like anything, just straight up. I mean, like, it's not just with, ASD, but it could also be with, like, ADD, ADHD, bipolar, whatever the fuck, clinical depression, all of it. Most instances of history have been autistic in some degree. So from a progressive standpoint, trying to cure autism is fucking dumb. Yeah. I mean, and also a lot of those people tend to be also very, like genuine mass like innovators, have made breakthroughs, like Einstein, for example. That guy, like without question, was a spurg, dude. Like he was autistic as fuck, but was also kind of a ladies' man. Very cluttered. He wasn't very fond of cleaning up his office. Like you can even see the office the day after he passed away, and it's just a cluttered mess. Like there's just shit everywhere, papers everywhere. Like it's kind of it's a disaster. Like you would think he would be orderly, but he really wasn't. But yeah, ladies' man, pretty charismatic and a goddamn genius, basically. Tesla, yep, another example. Tesla, he definitely was too, and I'm sure some of his quirkiness of of who he was probably also didn't really help too much about until well after his death having to be a namesake. That and Edison, because Edison's a piece of shit. So, guy literally electrocuted elephants just to prove that like he could harness electricity and shit. Do you think any dictators have been autistic? Yeah, I'm sure there have. I mean, honestly, if you want to go back far enough in history, definitely, for sure. I'm guessing if you mean like, from like the 19th century to today, then yeah, I would, in a weird way, I think, I think Kim might have a little bit of autism, just a little bit. Though I think a lot of that's just due to, ego and, his position of being raised into power. I'm sure a lot of that plays a role, but I don't know. There's something about him where I bet if you like, got past that, like, I'm a dictator, fear me, whatever the fuck, even though he's, just an old shrimp pop anyway. Like, I mean, like, I think if you got past that rough exterior and actually, like, saw him as, like, and he actually was opened up to you, I feel like he would just legit be like a fucking, weird, teddy bear that just wants to, be your friend and like, play basketball and eat hamburgers with you and shit like that. Cause the dude like weirdly loves Western culture, at least with things like basketball, American food, and American media and shit. Like, I mean, if anything, I feel like, he would just nerd the fuck out on you about all sorts of random shit to where you would think this guy's got to be at least a little autistic. A little bit. I'm willing to bet that he probably is. I mean, I'm just only assuming, but I mean, you can't really tell because he's always like, just like very stern. I think Alexander the Great was autistic. Only someone with laser ADHD could focus on a conquer that much in a small amount of time. That and, well, yeah. I mean, that, but also just being very honed in on the tactics and strategy, too, when it comes to being a tactician. Like, I mean, like autistic people can think outside the box a little bit about certain shit. And, I mean, at least for me, I definitely do because, at least when it comes to games like Total War or like Mountain Blade, or like RTS style games, like strategy games just broadly, like, I mean, I like to think outside the box a little bit, be like, I'm a little outnumbered and I really shouldn't win this, but how can I fuck these bitches up? And a lot of times I do. And if I don't, I learn from the mistakes and change the tactic. It's time for the Tismites to rise up. I know, dude. The Tismists, or the Tismites. I don't know. Like the Tismites, the Tismists. That sounds a little bit. Rolls the tongue better. Tismists. But it also sounds like you're just like trying to say like two words like nemesis or something like that. This nemesis, but you're saying it too fast and just slushes together. Tismists. Oh, I haven't showed Eric this band yet, the Gorilla Splinters. I haven't shown him this yet. I don't know if he knows them. But he's out of Chile, so he might know, he might not. I don't know. But I have to send this to him and be like, yo, heard this band before? Because I can see him maybe doing a cover of one of their songs. I made an announcement from now on. I care not which pronouns people choose to use for me. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I'm kind of a part of like the, neutral gender, no gender. Just me. Obviously, like, predominantly it's just going to be he, him anyway. But frankly, like, if there's like them, it, or like, oh, yeah, she over there, yeah, her, I just be like, I really don't know what. Because honestly, even at my workplace, or at least, when I was working there, when I had my shit all tied up like this, in a little bun, and, like from the back, some people legit thought I was a chick because I'm such a skinny twig too, that like, especially older boomer men would be like, hey, ma'am, excuse me, and I'll turn back and they're like, oh, you're a man, oops. And I literally just feel like, I don't care. Like, I get why you thought that. Who gives a shit? I'm literally just like, I don't care. I'm not going to, like, get offended because you misgendered me. I mean, if someone asks, but if someone wants to call me a chick, I'll be like, sure. I'm basically the same way. I mean, even a person, too, because, like I said, some people have, like, misunderstood that. But at the same time, I just don't care. And also, I mean, at least, when it comes to how other people feel, I'm obviously going to immensely respect the shit out of that. And if anything, I want to know, like especially if I know that someone, just, by just who they are, you can kind of tell if someone's trans or not occasionally. And I'm just like, well, I, at least do the basic assumption of like, based on how they perceive themselves. Like, with the drummer I was talking about from the Wild Jumps, like back when I used to know him, he, was, a lesbian woman at that time, before transitioning. So, I know him from a different, the name and a different, gender basically. So, and I can obviously tell once, I realized, oh, that's, where I remember you from kind of thing. I was like, all right, and I just knew that, oh, well, you're a trans man. Okay. Fuck yeah. Like, and honestly, looks fucking damn good too. I'm just like, oh shit, bro. Like, I mean, like for like, getting the, full surgery about it and everything, like you're looking goddamn good. Like, holy fuck. I was actually generally pretty impressed. Like, like if, because I know that, for some trans men, they might, have like, scars from surgeries from, like, the breast reduction surgeries and stuff. But I didn't see any of that on him. Like, it was very well, like, hidden off to, or just like, it was so non-invasive that you would not know unless they overtly said something. Like talking about their past and shit. I just happened to know who they were before, so I know that they obviously went through that. And I was like, well, holy shit, fuck yeah. I mean, it would definitely want to at least, hang out with them at some point, be like, yo, if we happen to be free, let's just kick it somewhere and just like reconnect. Like, cause I mean, shit, it's been fucking forever. I mean, it's literally just like, like I've been like, what, almost fucking a decade now since I've last seen him. It's like, and obviously a lot has changed since those last 10 years. Just perform a breast reduction. Why do I feel like there's a little like giggity joke going on there? Chicken breast for dinner has been reduced to 0. Delicious. Oh, so food. Nice. It's very fascinating. More next. Tell us more. Well, it was a chicken breast. That reminds me. I actually did discover there's like chicken breast like fillets in the freezer in my fridge. I didn't know they were in there this entire time, and now I'm kind of wondering what should I do with those. I could just make just straight up chicken, and that's it. But I want to actually like do something with those. Like, should I like cook them up, dice them up with some ramen, and just something that feels a little too basic. I want to like fucking get some like like a little something extra if I'm doing something like that, but I don't know what. I'm gonna have to look up some dank ass like, dude, chicken Alfredo. And if I do Alfredo the OG way, because it's not hard to make your own Alfredo, it's literally just Parmigiano Reggiano and butter. You just mix that together and maybe add a little cream, but that's more of an American thing. Italians don't do that. So if you do it traditional way, don't do the cream. You just add more butter or Parmigiano or Reggiano as needed. That's how you make Alfredo. It's literally the most easiest, simplest sauce. And of course, season as necessary if you like the season. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm sorry. Like the fucking horny, poisoned mind of Brian and to a lesser extent Logan have been tainted my mind, okay? And honestly, like Logan's a lot like I don't know who's worse about it, to be honest. I think Brian might be a little bit because he's just like he just goes viscerally like graphic quick. While Logan's just like, man, this one chick goes off about a whole thing about it, and then he's like, man, I would just love if she just like worshipped that dick and just licked all the cum off of my fucking belly or something. Like he would just go into some intense shit like that. I'm just like out of nowhere too after a while. I'm like, god damn. So I think Brian's more worse because of just the impact, but Logan's worse because he goes on about it, and then it gets to a crescendo and a peak, to where, no pun intended, to where it's just a graphic detail about how he wants to like, basically her to just like worship him and his body and his dick and just cum and shit like that. It's fucking viscerally just gross. It's like, I don't mind. I think about that myself, for me. But when it comes to bringing that to me from what your shit is, it's like, my guy, can we not? There's a line in the sand when it comes to this. It's like, come on, dude. And because he's, mentioned that shit to me, I don't give a fuck about releasing it here because he's done it in the group chat where poor Rip said he has to listen, or not even listen, but like he has to read it. And I'm like, you fucks. Like, what is wrong with you people? Not everyone needs to hear the escapades. What's wrong with you people? A lot. Yeah. A lot. And what's hilarious is like, I'm fucked up and a sexual degenerate too. I just don't boast it all the time. I will when it comes to like, certain people or given certain situations, because whatever, but like, goddamn. Sometimes I don't want to like hear from the homies. I just want to like chill and talk other shit. Or, just anything but that. Like, me and Harley can have those conversations because just like, because like him and I have had plenty of adventures together. Like him, we'll talk about our weird shit all the time. But like, between like Brian, Tyler sometimes even, not often though, I will admit, he spreads it out to the point where it's not even really an issue. But like, between Brian and Logan though, oh my fucking God. So when after I pulled to the other end of the out of her pussy, I realized that there was an umbilical cord attached to it. And a long story short, I'm a godfather now. I asked, what toppings did you want on this pizza order, bro? I know, dude. I know shit, dude. So like, yeah, about to order pizza. What you want? Oh, I want, some pepperoni and a little bit of that, and frankly, I could do with a little pizza pie too. And then he goes into some shit like that. Oh, he would do something like that. I would literally just sit there and be like, my dude, I asked what toppings you wanted. Sir, this is a Pizza Hut. No, this is a Domino's because the domino effect of where that goes. You know what I mean? Like, it's Domino's. And honestly, Domino's is a little better. Dude, if it was Pizza Hut in the 80s and 90s, I'd say sure. But, man, we were robbed. We were robbed of a proper good Pizza Hut, my guy. We were all robbed. You know, Mornax. You know how those old G Pizza Huts were? They had the fucking arcade and everything, like a little sit-down place and all that shit. Now it's all gone. We don't. We, my generation, even a little slightly older, and beyond, when it comes to like, people younger than me, we were robbed of a proper Pizza Hut. Which pizza place would you think would be best to be born in? What, like literally born in a pizza joint? Or just like born and raised in like, what would be like the top tier pizza place? Honestly, so clarify this for me because I have two different answers. I have two different answers for this. No, like literally born. Oh my God. He actually literally meant literally. Okay. They can answer both ways. All right. Well, I'm gonna answer this more fucked up question. As of today, best. This is actually weirdly a tough question because a lot of these places aren't really sit-in places anymore. So now I'm trying to think. I haven't been to Pizza Hut in fucking forever, because why would I? There's a lot of local places too that sometimes have like a little sit-in spot occasionally, like Mod Pizza does. I don't know if anyone knows about Mod Pizza. I know Mornax does, but I don't know if you do, Rose. I'm not gonna really consider like regional or like straight up local places. I'm just gonna try to think of like specifically like national chain shit, like Papa Murphy's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars. I think I just answered my question, or I think I answered the question. Little Caesars, because it's hot and ready and it's always made to go. You know what I'm saying? That baby is hot and ready right out of the oven and it's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Go to the hospital, but you know, hey, Little Caesars. There you go. There's my answer. I mean, it's a gut bucket fucking place, but you know, actually the CEO of Little Caesars is actually kind of badass and a fucking awesome guy. But Little Caesars these days, kind of a gut bucket. I bet Little Caesars back in the day was actually kind of fire, but nowadays, gut bucket. There used to be a Little Caesars like next to my workplace. I got pizza there once. Greasiest fucking repugnant thing I have ever had the displeasure of having in my mouth. Closest pizza joint to me is Little Caesars. Is it at least somewhat quality, or is it like literally gut bucket? Because, I mean, I always remember it as being just straight gut bucket. Because, I mean, you know, if it's hot and ready to go, that pizza could have been, like, straight up there for, like, an hour. I mean, that's not necessarily a good thing. Like, I like it hot and ready and when it's freshly out of the oven, but when it's in a warmer, like, because I'd pick up, like, a little small pizza for myself, just because, obviously, to have it on standby, and I just walk in, you know, and I know what their setup was like, at least when it was there, and I was like, oh God, what am I doing? I'm about to regret this, aren't I? And I kind of did. I mean, it was fine, but it was just greasy. I had to, like, pat it with napkins. Honest size is Godfathers. Oh, Godfathers? Well, I'll say this much. My pizza, pretty good, because they actually use, like, fire pizza ovens, like with, you know, like, with the flames and all that shit. And another one, Sizzle Pie, is pretty good. I mean, for the national brands and Domino's, like, the garlic crust and shit, like, that's the reason why I say it. Like, get, like, olive, onion, pepperoni, and bacon on just a regular old, you know, just standard Domino's pizza. Bro. Just, that's just fire. Like, straight up. Like, it's really simple. I mean, just 4 toppings, but I mean, it's the garlic crust, because that garlic crust adds to everything. And what I like to do when I bring it back home, I get my garlic powder, light little sprinkle, not a lot, just a light sprinkle, a little light sprinkle on the slice, you know, just to add a little extra kick, you know, of the garlic. Yeah, my pizza is near me too. Probably the best one we have on the west side. Oh yeah, dude, my pizza is really, really good. A little bit more spendier, but good. Sizzle Pie, Blonde Onion, Old Town Pizza, and Hammy's are my favorite Portland pizza places. Oh yeah. And because Dante's clutches up for the squad sometimes, you know, Pizza Slut is also pretty good too. I mean, it's a little, you know, not the greatest, but you know, for a quick little something for a slice that's just fucking gargantuan. I mean, like a straight up like honk of a slice. It's like you can't go wrong with that. Remember how I was talking about making a root beer pie? It's in the freezer as you speak. Oh shit! You're gonna have to let me know how that is, because that sounds like it'd be fire. I bet a cream soda variation of that would be pretty good too. Looks like a cream pie. Holy shit, that looks dope as fuck. Ooh. Yo, when it's ready to be consumed, Rose, you got to send us a pic. You can't just tease us like this and not send us a pic, you know, because I'm definitely gonna want to see. I'm definitely gonna want to at least, you know, check it out a little bit, because goddamn, I bet it will look and taste fire. I like how my nose is like dry, but also like weird now, just stuffed. It's dry and stuffed, and I hate it. At least it's not nasal drip. I tried some filling and it was legit. I tried some of the filling. Ooh. Man, don't get me hungry right now with this bullshit, because I'm about to be like, what the fuck? Who's getting green pied? You? The soda packets kind of suck. Those because the water tastes like the soda, but there's no carbonation. Get carbonated water. Well, I guess you can't really have carbonated water for this, wouldn't you? Use real soda, but would you be able to cook it down? Like if you got like a little small pot and, you know, like put a little bit of soda in that bitch and had it simmer and let it like get down to more of the syrupy content as the water evaporates, would that also work? Experiment for next time. Just reduce it. Yeah, just reduce it. Exactly. Sodas have been used in dishes before where it can add to different flavors if you want it. And, you know, because the syrupy flavors of the soda get reduced and the water in it evaporates. It's like one of those instant flavor packets, so you need club soda or something. I gotcha. I keep getting Breaking Bad themed anti-litter commercials. Anti-litter commercials? Don't litter. Yeah, don't be a litter bug. Oh, Venom, because I know you weren't in here yet. Dude, today was fucking amazing and kind of insane. I found out one of my old bandmates from high school, from the high school bands and jazz ensemble, is literally in like a pretty successful like local punk bands in Portland, and they were opening for Los Montblatos tonight. And I was just like, what the fuck? It's like he's the drummer for the band, but when I last knew of him, they weren't him yet. It was like so I forgot to ask what his name is now, because I already know him as his old name from back in high school when, he was, female lesbian. So I'm just like, God damn it. I'm just like, I should have asked what the name was before I left, just so I can make sure to, like, get that in my fucking head. Because I'm not good with names already as it is. But, I mean, because honestly, like, when I was watching them live, I just thought the drummer was just, it looks familiar, but whatever, coincidence, the to liking of someone I used to know probably from, back in the day. But then when me and Rip were about to leave after I said goodbye to Eric, as he was at his merch stand, he stopped by being like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And said my name, and I was like, we know each other at some point. It's like, yeah, you recognize me? And I was like, you're going to have to help me. He was like, yeah, back from high school, from band and stuff. And I was like, oh, is that why I saw my band director outside from earlier? It's like, you're in like, the fucking class and stuff. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's who you are. Oh, shit. Whoa. It's like what 10 years does to a motherfucker. But, in a good way. I was just like, what the fuck? Yo. I mean, it was genuinely like, a fucking like mind explosion moment for me tonight. And I was like, okay. It was one thing to just like, to be like, oh shit, like my buddy now finally has some Mean Broken, Rip City seen him live, and he said it was absolutely fucking worth it, which thank fuck. I knew it was gonna happen, but fuck yeah. And then, then seeing my band director after the Wild Jumps, who the guy I'm talking about is the drummer for, after he left, I was just like, holy fuck, it's you. Holy shit. And then, after that, I was like, what the fuck? Another show where it just ended up being more valuable than, like, the price of admission. I was like, Fuck yeah, dude. Like, random crazy good shit. If you want to make all you need to do is mix together a can of sweetened condensed milk. Wait, hold on. Sweetened condensed milk with a tub of Cool Whip, and however much you want, flavor pack you want, and then put that 9-inch gram pie shell and freeze it, and there you go. Easy and simple. Oh yeah, ain't that hard to do a pie. Jay thinks Vosh is sexy. Comment on this. I mean, hey, look. I mean, Vosh might be a lib, but you know, hey, he's an attractive man. I'll say he's a sexy guy. I mean, hey, look, I might not like a lot of his political takes, and even though I find it funny he's going like rap socialist again, it's like after the fucking libbing it up, the past year and a half to 2 years and shit, really, really a little longer than that. It's like, man, you like to kind of like, take your ebbs and flows, my guy, but whatever. I mean, hopefully he actually finally fucking learns the lesson, I guess, but I guess we'll see. I don't know, but whatever. I don't really give that much of a fuck. I mean, but either way, yeah, he's an attractive dude, so whatever. Would I let him fuck me? Sure. He's into twink boys anyway, from what I understand, so there you go. There you go, so. It's a variation of the Kool-Aid pie recipe I tried before. The one that used lemon and lemon zest, but I feel like that might clash with the root beer flavor, so I left it out. You know what wouldn't clash with it? Coconut. Some coconut zest. She also thinks Xander is cute. We're going to have to change that. Phantom, we're going to have to change that. Xander is not... Dude, he has like literally like unkept scruff weird pube beard, dude, and like he literally looks like a diet Asmongold with how he does not look exactly that kept. You know what I mean? He doesn't strike me as taking somewhat regular showers. You know what I mean? He just doesn't exactly look the type. And plus, honestly, he's just kind of a toxic person in general. We're gonna have to fix that. Like, no. I hate how my nose is stuffed. Bell. It sucks. God damn it. She says she'd do Dusty. Well, Dusty's got that Silver Fox look to him. I can see that. I mean, he's straight, so obviously I won't be like, yeah, fuck him, because, I mean, well, he's, not open to that, obviously. But, look, I'll say this much. He is an attractive dude. Like, he's got that little Silver Fox, like, I'm young, but I got this old grizzled look to me. Like, he's not really that old. I mean, he just has, like, some sort of a genetic, like, it's basically not even really a disease, but it's like a disorder, essentially, where his hair turns white, really early on. Like, and he's always talked about it. I remember when I was first watching him, he was talking about it, and he used to dye his hair, but now at this point, he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's like, whatever. Who cares? Like, he's like, I don't give a shit. I'll just let it be white and silver. And frankly, it looks good on him. I really do think it looks really good on him, though. TJ's starting to kind of get a little bit of that silver, too, in him. And I'm just like, all right, TJ's beard getting a little silvery in there. A little bit hints of silver in the mix of the bronze. It's like, okay. All right, Teach. It's starting to get a little wizardly on us, huh? I mean, he is a chaos wizard after all, so I mean, I guess it does make sense. But hey, I dig it. I'm kind of starting to dig a lot of these, like, content creators. I mean, that I've grown up watching a lot. Kind of maturing in different ways. So I'm just like, like, because it's working really well for a lot of them. A lot of them are like, it's like their maturity of age is really like, hitting really well, like really nice. Like with Dusty, I think it's hitting pretty good. TJ, I think it's hitting pretty good. Paul, yeah, I mean, well, he went like the Admiral Burnside status, and then he kind of fucked it up a little bit. He's going it back now and it's starting to blend, but it still looks a little weird. It's still in the awkward phase. But once it gets fully, back in there, it will look good again. But it's like, Paul, I know you wanted to change it up, but goddamn, bro. This does need to contain his cringe allegations against him. Just seem to have merit when you act a creep. Oh, dude, whatever. I mean, it just seems like, a lot of it is just like drama whore bullshit. And I could tell that, especially for the guys, they don't give a fuck about it. Like, I mean, it's below them. I mean, if you really think about it, like they got their own thing going, like I mean, if the guy of who, honestly, let's just be honest, he should not be named, wants to make a whole hoopla over it and get some of these, other people that feel like they've been wronged in some way or another up on his side. It's just like, it's like whatever. They used to be all about the drama horse shit back when they were doing DP and stuff, and like it's especially to them, it's just below them. And if anything, that's why they kind of fuck on some people occasionally because, it's like, like I mean. Because if anything, it's just a lot of it is old hat shit. I mean, like, even with the new allegations, I mean, a lot of it's mostly old hat. Outside of a few little snippets of Twitter DMs from like a year or 2 or 3 years ago. Which even then, like, 3 years ago, TJ was a different person to who he is now. I mean, so I just don't really think there's that much merit. It's like, hey, newsflash, TJ was the same thing that we all knew about who he was, from 3 years ago in comparison to who he was 10 years ago. Oh, Lord, goddamn. Anyway, the weather at 11. It's like, I don't know. It's, I mean, it just seems like it's just old hat shit. Got Teddy Ruskin, denounce CJ. Whatever. So what? I will say this much. When I'm on Low Energy Videos podcast, that shit ain't being brought up. Like, even I will be like, shut the fuck up about it. Like, I'm not saying to you specifically, but just to, if that, I've noticed that if it does get brought up in the stream and stuff, because I know that may or may not be potentially, because I might mention, tangentially, maybe Paul or TJ or something. And if some motherfucker wants to bring something up, I'm going to be like, hey, shut the fuck up about that. Like, I mean, I already, was a dumbass about once, before the new year, and I ain't going to let this get brought up again because it's not important and it's apropos of nothing. Shut up, kind of thing. I mean, at least for when the show happens, which is on the 2nd, I believe. I was going to hit up the guy about it just to, figure out a couple details, and shit like that, just to make sure I know, like, all right, what time, should I be ready to at least get a call in? So, we all ready to go and all that shit. What, the topics, stuff like that. Just, the basics. And then once we get all the troubleshooting out of the way, then, bada bing, bada boom. We'll see where it goes. I have a feeling that a lot of it's just going to be, me just like chit-chatting, about me mostly. I have a feeling a lot of it probably would be about that. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see where it goes, but I think it'll be fun. At time point is like, well, I don't believe he's a PDF. Him being creepy adds merit to some people's eyes. Well, shocker. I mean, because people are creepy, that does not mean like there's something that's been heinously committed. The worst you could say is that it, could be derived as like harassment or something, or just being annoying. On top of being creepishly annoying. Which, it's, like, whatever. I mean, sometimes I might be unintentionally just at, like, like, whatever the fuck, just because, like, or even, some of my friends, occasionally. You know, even I have to kind of be like, I know you're not being creepy, but some people might perceive it as you might want to chill. You know, like, you know, stuff like that. If I were a cringe creepy phase, sure. Or moments, not even a phase, but just even like moments. Like we unintentionally get like a creepy cringe moment, you know? It's like, well, recognize it, you fucked up, move on from it, and there you go. Bad beam, bad boom. Who gives a shit? You know, it's like, you know, live and learn, you know? Like, hey, sometimes, you know, certain things aren't necessarily appropriate, at least especially when it comes to certain spaces. You know, just gotta, you know, get the general vibe of what, you know, what's going on, you know, in like a sphere before, you know, you kind of act out occasionally. Because yeah, like sometimes it might, you know, even intentionally, you know, seen as cringe or creepy or creepishly cringe, even if you're not intentionally being that way. Like, I want to cream your pussy. Okay, that's just being cringe. That's not being creepy, that's just being cringe. Come on, dude. Feel like the PDF accusations are taken less seriously because they get thrown around so often. And that's fucking bullshit, to be honest. Because, like, I mean, I know there was, like, at one point, there was, like, a pedal ring that was busted because of a honeypot that the local police department and the state police, you know, partook in, you know, to bust this ring, you know, that was in my own fucking town. And there was even a business where the business owner happened to be one of them and one of the main guys too. And it's just like, yo, whoa, like, you know, that type of shit legit, like, you know, hits really close to home, you know, when it comes to me, you know, so I take that shit seriously. And I'd rather law enforcement handle this fucking shit because that's at least one of the times they're actually doing their fucking job properly. And two, where like there shouldn't be some vigilante fucking weird like, you know, content, you know, squad or fucking a bunch of weird vigilante weirdos trying to go out there and fucking do their own personal justice, you know, to fucking solve this problem. It's like that makes it fucking worse. I mean, like straight up, it just honestly does. I mean, because a lot of these, you know, type people will just, you know, start learning from that and realizing that, you know, there's certain things that they could do to be more lucrative and hide it better and make it a lot harder to fucking, you know, catch those type of people and fucking, you know, stop the problem. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you can't just have like some weird vigilante bullshit, whether it's for content or otherwise, or for a vendetta. Does, take no sense because it's around so much. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Same with Nazi execution. Yeah. I mean, yeah, unless you have like concrete proof. Well, sure. I mean, that's why at least if I mention Nazis, I'm talking about like Elon Musk because he literally Sieg Heiled and talks with the AfD, basically the modern Nazi party in Germany. So it's like, I mean, there's plenty of evidence that you can point to people that are just fucking Nazis or at least Nazi adjacent. But yeah, it does get thrown around a lot. I mean, it certainly does. Nepo-Nazi. Shit. But he's autistic. I know, right? He's autistic. He doesn't understand social cues or something. It's like, no autistic motherfucker I know, or just in general, just does that for that reason. That doesn't happen. And honestly, I just want to like unironically like just punch a motherfucker that says shit like that. I'm just like, don't you? I mean, I would, but the thing is just so fucking retardedly hilarious of how like, you know, that shit, you know, like it's like it's somehow defensible. It's like literally just no, it's not. Like I don't really think anyone's saying that with genuine, you know, good faith or merit. Like genuinely, I mean, like, there's no way. Like, there has to be just people trolling with that, like Nazis or fascists that recognize what he did, or like Elon simps that recognize what he did, but whatever, they, you know, don't care because they like Elon. So, I mean, you know, they just do it as a joke. I mean, I honestly have to be convinced of that because there's no way that there are people who unironically think that. I just, if there is, I want to punch him. Like in Minecraft, I want to punch him in Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto 6 once it gets released. You know, yeah. One v one them in Call of Duty, but they have a pistol and I have a fucking LMG, and I just blast that bitch every time. 0 deaths, 30 kills, 1v1. Merked 0.0 KD to my 30 KD. Get wrecked. That's the biggest fucking spurg you can ever meet back in high school. It would never even cross my mind to do something like that. Me neither. Like, the closest, like, edgy-ass fucking thing you catch me doing is maybe, like, I don't know, like, I'm also trying to think. Say faggot, basically, but that was kind of, like, partially still a thing, like, at that time. And when it comes to high schools and shit, like, you know, kids are still saying that shit. Like, so... like, fuck. Honestly, I've seen some more edgier shit than stuff I did, so I don't even know. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have done shit like that. Man, motherfuckers out there. This dog so desperately wants to try and be a cat. He's trying to do that cat thing where he has his like legs sticking up and he's looking, you know, his booty, but he can't get his legs sticking straight up. It's just like curled up around his neck. It's kind of cute. It looks like he's like hugging his neck with his back foot. God damn, you're going to town back there. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Damn. Jesus. Weird flex, but okay. That's what I'm saying about him. I don't understand him. Like, I looked over and that's just what he happened to be doing. At least he's not pointing it towards me and, you know, think fuck. Because he will do that too. It's like, yeah, you're like that, bruh. It's like, I don't want to see it. I just see his, like, big fluffy back just staring at me and he's doing this thing. Well, what are you doing now? Are you eating some on the ground? Hey, bud. Yeah, you. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing, bud? Those goofy little ears. His goofy little ears. They can't, like, go straight up, but there's at least, like, a tiny little part of his ears that do. So they just, like, they have, like, this little arc, and then just flops. It's just the most adorable little thing ever. It's a sad little attempt to just get his ear to stick up. His ears are permanently puppified. Also, Elon is apparently proud of the fact that he hasn't gotten therapy. If there's anyone out there in the world who's like a rich elite parasitical fuck like Elon or Zuckerberg or Bezos or any of these rich elite fucks, if there's anyone who needs therapy, it's Elon Musk. Like, he straight up needs like a decade's worth of therapy. That motherfucker, like, he literally needs to spend like a week straight, never leave the office. He could get food, he could have bathroom breaks, he could take a nap on the fucking therapy couch, you know, but he has to be in there the entire time, just getting fucking straight therapy. You know, but like, that should be a punishment. Like, if, you know, Trump is like, you know what, fuck Elon Musk, he's taking too much of the fame. He's taking too much of the fame from me. Like, I mean, if that happens, you know, or, you know, some equivocal, you know, situation like that, and he just seizes, you know, Twitter from him, seizes a lot of his assets in America, and deports his ass, one of the punishments before he gets deported should literally be 1 year straight of straight therapy with what I just described. I'm not even joking. Having mental trauma is totally cool, bro. Oh my god, I know. Dude, the guy is fucking insane. Like, the dude is not just, like, perpetually, you know, a 12-year-old eccentric Nepo baby Nazi child, but he's also just fucking unhinged. Like, someone's got to, like, shut him down, you know what I mean? Like, someone needs to shut down the android before it gets too far when it comes to its insanity. Did he take, like, a fat toke before he came in here? Like, goddamn. Goddamn. Well, don't choke on your aspirations there, bucko. What type of drink you got going on in there?
Crane apple.
What, just straight up crane apple? Sook off. Oh, stretchy bean. Nice, nice. A little shot of vodka. Well, don't hurt yourself.
I already did that last night. I'm just doing it today.
You know, you could have asked me to do that, you know, instead of hurting yourself the other night. Like, out. Why were you even doing that in the middle of the night, by the way? Like, seriously. Like, I mean, I could have literally have done that for you instead, and there would have been no injuries. Yeah, he just doesn't have an answer for it because he knows I'm right. He knows I'm right. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Probably a pride thing. No one, yeah. Well, unironically, also, you know, since it is kind of partially the topic, it also is a system thing too. I'm not even gonna lie. Where do you think I get it from? Because this dude is like legit way worse when it comes to being like, no, I'll do it myself. Because I'll do shit myself too, because I'm like a connect learner and like a hands-on kind of guy myself, but he is so much worse about it. And sometimes I'll be like, you know what? No, you're doing it wrong. I want to do it. Let me show you. And then other people's probably be like, no, I got it. It's like, I can't describe it to you. I just need to show you. God damn it. Just let me handle the bitch. It's like, So, I mean, you know, it comes from this son of a bitch. And there ain't no fighting it. Like, what comes to this guy. Because if it is, it ends up being like a legit fight. Not even kidding. Though in that instance, it would have been in his best interest to probably do that. Because, like, to call me out of nowhere being like, I'm falling, I kind of need to get up. And it's like, you outside the backyard? It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I go out there. I'm like, well, I'm freezing my balls off. What the fuck? I'm like, hurry up. And, you know, got him up. And I was just like, what you were even trying to do? And he was like, you know, setting up like, you know, some like lights up there in the back. And I'm just like, just let me do that. Why are you doing that? Just let me do it. You could have just asked me. Like, what the fuck? You could have literally just asked me and it would have been just easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I would have just like done it so quick. You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
How many months was that?
Is he trying to like get at me for some? Oh my god! What? If he's trying to like one up me, it ain't working in this situation. Because he knows I'm right. Oh yeah, fucking yeah. Get a little take Pepis real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, doggo. Hey, all the get that little bad boy on. It is chilly as fuck out there. It's chilly. Like a chili pie. Do you think Kamala will try to pull a Trump? Probably not, but she'll try to challenge the election results like 3 times, so I think she would be able to, and then she could find out she lost for sure. One, Kamala ain't doing that. Two, I mean, if she did, that'd be actually impressive, but she wouldn't. Oh, man, I kind of wish that she would, though, because that actually wouldn't be, a bad thing. Arguably, she probably could have, an argument for it. Potentially. But, I mean, either way, I think at this point the ship has sailed and the Dems are too fickle fucky to even give a shit. So, I mean, at this point, what if we find out there were like 4.8 million uncounted votes? Well, that'd be a different story. But would the Dems actually give enough of a fuck to actually do anything about it? Be like, yeah, well, ship sails, so what are you gonna do? I mean, they weren't even willing to at least do some basic fucking, even gesture of, let's do at least a recount just to make sure, the results are what they are, or whatever. They wouldn't even do that. I mean, I would also be surprised if they, fucking went hardcore about, some of this type of shit. I wish they would, but... Because it's fundraising reason, baby. Oh, fundraising? Oh, well, why do you think a lot of the corporate interests, want to fundraise around, potentially having a fat load of tax cuts and shit like that, which Trump is obviously certainly going to do. Unfortunately, but that is kind of what's going to happen with that. Get Zay. Get this cough can out of here, too. Stuffy ass nose. Oh, that's right. I still have a little keef in here. Sweet. Oh, yeah. I definitely forgot my butt situation. No, I need to surface. Well, you know what? My boy Harley's gonna be able to pay me up on the first because little boy, my little boy, yeah, he kind of owes me on that one. I'll tell you what, just a little bit. So keeping this, stuff in my spot. So I mean, I know that like with him renting out, my little shed, that at least gives me a little extra supplemental stuff. But it's only for a little bit, but at least it could be enough. I also found out that the dispensary I go to, they actually have $40 ounces back. So I'll definitely be able to hold up just enough, to be able to have that, and I'll just be like, yeah, sweet. Because I at least, last me a decent, fucking nice little fat minute. I tell you what. I just cannot wait for the actual fucking week to officially start and this weekend to be over, because I know that at least have like some progress and update about the one place I've been trying to kind of get at a little bit, and I'm hoping that would at least get me a sit down interview, and then maybe like email to the boss man of the place I want that I've been kind of persistent with. So I'm kind of having my fingers crossed for at least tomorrow, if not at least Tuesday, because I'm seriously kind of sick of this bullshit. Okay, Dan Silvio, sister, your Uncle Rose here. I'm going to speak from the heart, okay? Put away the fucking downers you've been popping every 5 minutes. Stop acting like being slightly to 11 people suspect child marriages is somehow noble, and then work through the drug haze of yours and do something economically beneficial to Americans. Facts. Damn. So blunt, but to the point, but also at the same time so true. Ooh. Ooh, that was nice. That was a nice. Doggo. You lazy fuck. Why do you always have to... Why do you hang out over there all the time? You like to be so distant. Old turd. But yeah, not just Kamala, but like 70% of Dems are just pill poppers. Oh, yeah. Or at least, some sort of a habitual drug user in some way. At the very minimal, they love their margaritas and their mimosas and shit when they go down to, like, their local, branded fucking, like, or, like, local little bar that they like to hang out to. Like, if it's not, like, an Applebee's or some shit, or, like, an Outback or whatever the fuck, or, like, Red Robin, they're going to, like, their local little craft brew bar diner scene or whatever. That's, like, a little extra bougie. Like, or their favorite steakhouse or some shit. Guess what, fuckers? Brunch is over. Yeah. I mean, why do you think, hang out with the punk scene? Because at least, like, birds of various many different feathers will still flock together, at least in this situation. Because, I mean, not only do we have, like, music that's just very inherently political, but also, like, I mean, at the same time, like, we're a very diverse and very, like, like, look for out for each other kind of community and shit. That's what I love about it. I mean, in a way, it's definitely, like, a very beautiful thing. Just, like, hell yeah. there's still, despite all the bullshit that goes on around the world and stuff, there's at least still some sense of a solidarity. I'm just like, yeah. Ooh, that felt nice. Oh. With the ways libs are acting, we might end up having to decide if Hitler and 99% Hitler sooner than we think. I know, dude. It's going to be so fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's already been partially like that anyway, and now it's kind of partially and literally to a lot of degrees getting on the line a little bit, but I could say some certain things about that, but I'm just going to hold my tongue. Because let's just say that, if / potentially, hopefully not, but maybe when something pops, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be ill prepared. Let's just put it that way. I have a lot more to say about it, but obviously I can't, so I won't. You would have to basically, be hanging out with me one-on-one or some shit to, hear what my words would be about that. Oh, not Trump is back. America's not fascist. If only we could go back in time where it wasn't like, not fascist. Man. Then they just start, popping another, melatonin or, oxycodone while they're, sipping on their mimosas and shit. It's like, let me sip on this a little more. Ugh. Could crush this little oxycodone in here, and I need to, escape just a little bit. Just a smidge. Just a smidgen. Or two, no, FDR had those camps with the natives. Can't say it went well with them when the Europeans arrived. Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, there isn't really, an era where America is great or something. I mean, there's all, because I know there's, the whole, quote, because I know it's, well, it was taken from, a protest sign back in the Civil Rights era. But it was, love my country, hate my government. But it's, for me, man, I can't even love the country because of historically of what it was. I mean, maybe I could love it, for what it could be, but, I hate what it was and I hate the government, that, represented it and everything. It's so I hate the country for what it was. I hate the government for what it was and for what it is, but I could love the country for what it could be. I honestly, it'd be more elaborate for me because to me, that makes more sense. Because, country could be great, but historically, and especially if you really break it all down, it never was. It never was fucking great. I mean, the closest it ever got to that was with FDR, but even then, it didn't get close because of the flaws that he had, especially during World War II with the internment camps of, the Japanese and a lot of the, extra, discrimination against, American Germans, American Italians, and, and American Japanese, where, they got exceptionally fucked, were treated as the other because, their nations, where genetically they came from, happened to be fucking at war with them. Then we nuked Japan twice, literally just so the Soviets, couldn't invade them, basically. Thanks, Truman. Fascism has been an unfortunate part of human history. I think it's something to do with hive mind mentality. Well, I mean, I don't want to necessarily correct that, but it's yes and no. I mean, I think the more correct term would be authoritarianism, but because fascism is more of a recent philosophy, but it comes from a very ancient root. So you're not necessarily wrong, I mean, because the godfather of fascism was Benito Mussolini, and fascism has only really been like a philosophy since like the early 1920s. So I mean, it's like I guess technically yes, but I mean, if you want to get like if you really want to be like an actually guy, I mean, not necessarily just because fascism is more of a recent philosophy. But that doesn't negate a lot of the roots of where it comes from, because a lot of civilizations and a lot of empires and states in the past pretty much if put in a modern lens would be fascist. Here, get out of there. Me. What's up, pup? What are you looking at me for? What? What? Goofy dog. When I say we, I mean as a species. Yeah, I know what you meant by that. I mean, if anything, because if you think about like fascism, I was actually kind of thinking about this a little bit. Like fascism is like essentially, like taking the more like brute root, kind of elements of our, of our nature. Like when it comes to like that's mine, so I shall seize it. So we can, expand my tribe, kind of thing. It's like, that kind of shit. Like it comes down to a very brutish, aggressive, like reactionary nature of human nature. And that, and fascism is very good about like, kind of seizing that element about our behaviors into a philosophy, into a political ideology that is very destructive outside of the in group, because the in group obviously would take the reaps and advantages of that when it comes to like the ethnic state. But when it comes even to the people who aren't necessarily a part of the upper class and the ruling class of that system, like they will still take some advantages because they're a part of that in group. But even those who might be a part of that a tangential tribe, who might be outside of it, that might have like a village down the road or some shit from back in the day, they won't reap as much of of that type of advantages in comparison to that specific in group. Like fascism kind of taps into that type of shit when it comes to like this hierarchy, like caste system. Basically it's just a racial caste system versus like a very specific kind of like political caste system, like India might have, which is also very heavily racially based too as well. So I mean, they're not really exactly that better about it. How long has humans have we been able to rise to a permanent establishment that would benefit everyone? We should have done this one. It'll still only 0.6 in a shield being used. Well, I mean, one thing that I think is really interesting about like for example, at least the Egyptian Empire, is that like there would be like worker gangs and like worker guilds that would like form and basically be, in a modern sense, essentially the equivalent of local unions and local like construction unions and carpenter unions and shit like that. I mean, and a lot of them would basically, carve in, their different little like, insignias, for their little worker, group or guild or gang or whatever, and shit like that. And also in different, like, bricks and pieces of like these pyramids. Like one thing that's been discovered from a lot of these, big, ancient, pieces of like Egyptian culture that has been, produced is when it comes to these, sites, especially like the pyramids, especially like these have been slowly but surely been kind of discovered over time. And it's like, I mean, and also I think the earliest recorded worker strike in human history, just in general, does come from Egypt. Like where these workers weren't getting, their fair pay when it comes to beer and bread, because that's what workers are paid for back in the day. And they all went on a strike, and the heads of a lot of these, collective guilds and worker carpenter, gangs and shit like that, they came to the king, said what they wanted, and the king was like, let me work with some of my advisors. Let me talk to them a little bit. He had this little back and forth with them, came back, and it's like, you know what? Your terms are fair. I shall let you have your terms. Like, the first, at least recorded worker strike in history actually went fucking well, funny enough. And it's just like, damn. And that's like some really cool, like, shit. Like, it happened, like, in the BC area. I was like, whoa. Like, because they weren't getting their fair bread and, and beer when it came to, like, the work they were doing. They felt like, they weren't getting the right equipment either, to do the job, because they were just doing brunt, like, all right, 50 men, we're pulling this fucking 20, 50-ton goddamn something boulder. Oh! Like, but then, they're like, no. We want actual, like, fucking shit, that works, so it makes it way easier to traverse, these heavy things that you want for your fucking pyramid and shit. And hey, the king invited at the time. I forgot, exactly what the details all were outside of that. So, now that I have it in my mind, I'm going to have to look it up a little bit later, because, I want to at least, remember like who the king was, and like what era of Egypt this happened and stuff, because I know it happened like 2000 something BC. Like it was kind of like in the more earlier days of the Egyptian Empire. Did it have aliens helping them? Aliens. Yeah, the aliens enlightened them. It's like, we understand what worker democracy is. We shall implant this into your brains. For real, dude. If anything, ancient aliens has taught us well. They have taught us well. No. I am feeling nippy for some dank. But I kind of want to see what Homeboy with Logino and what they're doing, because I wonder if I can convince them to come swing this way a little bit, maybe. Because I haven't hung out with Logan in a minute. I know those two motherfuckers are hanging out, so I'm just like, while I'm making up some epic dank, I should hit him up. See what's going on. Plus, I want to make a nice little spoiled little meal for Zukov. With the cream bacon and rice I have ready to go, like, he's going to love the shit out of it, because I know a few seasonings I have that are actually good for him. So, in moderation. But, I know a few of them that are good, and I'm just going to want to put those in there first. Give him a good few little gollops. Put that right in the center of his little food bowl. Surround it with kibble. And I already know what he will do. He's just going to go bury his fucking face right into the middle of that, like, kibble. And get all that first. I already know how he's going to be with it. You spoiled shit. Even my times of need, I spoil your ass. Where I could be rationing you too, but I don't. I share it. Because you're my boy. I like how while I'm giving this fucking heartwarming speech to you, Zukov, you're literally just licking your balls. You disgusting fuck. You freak. You utter freak. He's literally just like, I don't care. I should continue to grow my balls. It's like, this fucking disgusting bastard, bro. What the fuck? This disgusting son of a bitch. What is wrong with you? He really does think he's a cat. He really does think that, doesn't he? Yeah, you. Are you done over there? No, not you. Talking to my dog. He's literally been going to town on his junk for like the past like 2 minutes. Well, now he's back at. Hey, but you, what, bruh? That didn't even faze you? Are you serious? What do I have that I could distract him with? This maybe? Oh, yeah. That got you perking up. Yeah, hi, bud. Yeah, hello. Hey. No, but, buddy. Yeah, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Chair. Chair. Stretchy bean. Yeah, come on. Chair. Sukoff. Chair. Dude. Oh my God. This dog is straight up a spurg. Dude. Buddy. Bro. He's back at it again. He's back at it again. Bruh. He's like, hold on. I need to get a better angle. Damn, bro. Hey, homeboy. What do I... Do I have something else I can use to distract him with? I don't. Because evidently you don't know what your name is. Zukov. Zukov. Bruh. Yeah, you. Chair. Chair. Oh, no! Bro! He just ran away. He ran off to the fucking door. Bro! Okay, this guy is just straight up asking to get, like, pulled. Like, oh my God, bro. Dude. Bro. Dude, but yo, buddy. Sukov. Yo, fuck you too then. Jesus. So, I'll at least finish that, and then I'll wrap it up. But at least, smoke just up real quick and think about, like, what, what my game plan is, with the homeboys, or if they're even going to come by over here. I think at least Bryce said he was going to at least, come back over here. So, want to, figure that game plan out. But I'm finishing that first before I deal with that. I know they're still over there hanging out doing their thing. I know they're probably over there to play pool, but knowing how Logan is, literally every single time I've been over there in the past with him, he's not doing that. Just still on the river. Would he stay in place or move downstream like in conveyor belt? That depends how fast the river's moving. Actually, it'd be funnier if the river is moving at a very slow pace, just like that fast, and he's just like, "Hello, my child." Just floats, just slowly but surely floating downstream. That'd actually be kind of funny if he's just like just slowly drifting downstream and shit. Just slowly but surely. That would actually be pretty fucking hilarious. At least we know that, Jesus might be a little bit of a jokester. Because you would think you would pick, like, a fucking river that has, like, some rapids going on, like. So he could literally just, like, I shall walk across these like there is no force upon me. Just walking casually, while there's, like, insane rapids going on, just literally on top of the rapids. Like, every time there's, like, this boulderous bulb of just rapids going on, he just steps on it like it's just like a little boulder, like he's mountain climbing or some shit. It's like, I'll be like, damn, that would be impressive. But if he's not doing that, then I might just giggle. I might just start giggling and then thus immediately go to hell. It'd be interesting to navigate rapids. I know. No one's ever thought about that. How does Jesus navigate rapids? We need to see that. Does he struggle with the current? Or, like, does he just walk it like it's nothing? How does he do it? Because we know, evidently, supposedly he walks on water. When it comes to still, like when it comes to ocean water or, like, still lake water, stuff like that, yeah, whatever. He's just going to be in one spot for the most part. Maybe kind of bobbing around, at least when it comes to the ocean, because of, like, whatever the fuck, or if it's still, ocean night, then probably not much, but, so whatever. But, like, when it comes down to, like, some rivers and creeks and shit like that, no one thought about that, especially when it comes to rapids. Like, rivers with river rapids, like, no one thought about that. No one has thought about that. Those Bible thumpers, them Christianos, the Cristianos, they have not thought about that shit. No, they have not thought about it. Can Jesus walk not only across water, but across the fucking rapids, bro? It'd be hilarious if that Jesus bitched out a fig tree to death. What the fuck? He bitched out a fig tree to death? What the fuck? What the? I thought it'd be dry. Not yet. Oh my god. I forgot resin burns for a long time. Ooh. That set me. But that was also disgusting. But I need some greens. I need some fresh greens. No, literally, a fig tree somehow made him pissed, and he was like, fuck you. And then he withered it, and it withered and died. Or just on the sheer virtue of him just, like, staring at it, it just, like, just dies and withers. Damn. He just curses it. What the holy shit. But you're starting to make Jesus sound like a real mega badass. Even better than American Jesus. Like, damn, dude. He sounds better than America, Jesus, ride DRX dual and N6s America, Jesus. Sounds better than that, honestly, because this Jesus literally has the will to just stare into something and it just dies. It just withers and dies. Like, damn. I wouldn't fuck with that Jesus. Well, the white version of things tend to be lamer. Yeah, that's true. I mean, because American Jesus, I mean, let's be honest. That's basically just fucking Reagan. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, that doesn't mean it's good. That means it's even more cringe than it already is. Because that's what I'm implying. It's just cringe. But, you know, like, but most Americans, when they think of American Jesus, they think of Reagan. So... Are you over there? Where'd that fucking little dog go? Oh, that motherfucker's outside, and I swear to God, if he loses... My dog goes off on a fucking adventure and I have to go fucking find his ass, I'm not gonna be happy. Is he loose? Oh, wait, no, no, I hear him. Hold on. Oh, there you are. Yeah, okay. No, he's still over there. I just have a blind spot, you know, where the door is to the outside over here, so I don't know if he's, like, gone or not, or if... There you are. Hey, buddy. Yo, you. Chair. Sit in the chair. I've been telling you this for a while. Come on, dude. Chair. Zukov. 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 Hey. Bruh. Chair. 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 That's not the...
Oh, I got a picture of me walking on water.
This fucking mutt. He literally navigated you like you're a fucking maze. The bitch. The bitch. You hoe. He doesn't even go out. He's just being an irascible little bitch. He's a bitch. Fuck you. I wish I had those, like, Rose Jesus powers where it's like, fuck you. And I just, like, you know, fucking wither him to my will. Whatever the fuck. I kind of wish I had those powers right about now. Yeah, hey, you. Chair. Why are you running away? Oh my God, you fucking motherfucker. This dog, dude. This Doge. Why don't we stop? Music, why are you being a buffer, bitch? Oh, is it being that way? Oh, fuck me. Took off. Poke his little butt over here. I I've been trying to get him to sit in his damn chair this entire time and refuses. He just keeps running away over there.
He's hanging out by the door.
I know he is. Well, no, boot his little butt over here. I want...
So close the door, now he wants out. It's been open for a minute.
No, he doesn't want out. He just wants to sit over there. I want to boot his little booty butt and get him over here. I want him on the damn chair. You fucking homunculus. Zuka!
Get over there.
No, you have to literally go over to him and, like, scooch his booty. If, like, you have to force him. You have to physically move him. I'm like, that's the thing. You have to literally physically move him over there.
You can do that.
All right, fine. You know, fuck it. Fuck it. All right. I'm getting... You know, I'll just have him on this other chair. Yeah, you. Get over here. Hey. Yeah, hey, I'm stopping you for a second. No, that's... Well, finally, but this wasn't exactly the chair I had in mind. Down. Here. Come here. Come here, bud. All right, sit. Chair. No. Chair. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you just curled up in a little ball. All right, hold on. There you go. Me. Hello, boo-boo. Boo-boo-boo. You know, actually, we'll just do it like that. There we go. Beep. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. Oh, you little squishy boy. Man, look at the monsters. Look at them little choppers. Yeah. What you gonna do, bish? Me. He's like, oh shit, bro. What the fuck? Hey. Get your little booty away from that. All right, scoot a cheek. Well, he's on my lap now. Bruh. Oh, ow, oh. Well, he's not anymore. Ow. I should have just let him go. Ow. Oh, that felt amazing. Well, that don't feel good. That don't feel good at all. Oh. I swear, he fucking targeted me right in the jewels. That son of a bitch. That really don't feel good at all. That don't feel good. You piece of shit. You fuck you. You asshole. Oof. Pops listening. They mentioned a walk in the water. Treats no deal. It's a veteran ball buster. This much we know. Oh yeah, I know. I like how YouTube only now finally decided to like update me on the chat just now. Lovely. Lovely. And so I even like his now I don't even know if I want to give him treats. Because I was about to spoil him, but I don't even know if I want to do that anymore. Motherfucker. I don't even feel good anymore after that. Like, legit. Like, oh. I got like a pain now. It's just like, damn. You hit me right in the source. Oof. Yeah. At least it makes, the food that I'm about to whip up just that much better. Because once I eat that, it'll make all the pain go away. Oh, that'll be so nice. Man's best friend, my ass. I know. He's a Machiavellian, irascible son of a bitch. He ain't no friend. He knows I've always been like a cat person, so it's like, oh yeah, my human servant has always served the felinoid race of the intergalactic wars. How am I supposed to trust him now? I must blend in with the felinoids to make him feel like he, has his guard down. But no less, I shall make sure that he is a sterile being, and he will never be able to procreate his ideology and philosophy. No. He shall be broken down bit by bit. I shall be the main key and core to his ultimate demise and end. Sorry to make this guy sound like a fucking, like, prince of, like, the Kinanoid, like, alien race, and it's just, like, conquering us along. It's like a trifecta war. You got the Felinoids, the Reptilians, and the Canoids. It's a fucking trifecta war. Everyone thinks about the Anunnaki and the Reptilians, but no one ever thinks about the Felinoid and the Canoid, fucking alien races that are also at war. No one thinks about that shit. If anything, it's because they had the most success. Why do you think they always scapegoat the Reptilians? Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they work together to avoid suspicion. But some of us humanoids are onto it. I'm onto it. But I'm still going to spoil the little boy. I don't even care. I'm going to spoil him with some epic dank. On top of just feasting on some dank myself. So. The last little disgusting, I don't even know what you want to call this. Like, whatever this is, like, after this, I'll be cool too. Potent, but wet. Potent, but wet. You just sleepy grumpy boy. That's me. Sukov ain't. He's just a rapscallion and a rascal shit. Rich him with the dankness. Well, I'm gonna enrich myself first, especially, but yeah, he's gonna get enriched too. Everyone will be enriched with the dank. Ultimately, that's what's gonna happen. But either way, let's enrich the people on the dank. And I know Rose's about to do it. I hope everyone else does too. I know y'all got something in your food cabinet where you can be like, yo, I can make, some epic shit. Just like put up a music playlist and just whip up some dank. I know y'all can do it because, y'all want to. Because I'm about to. So let's all do it together. Just telepathically, psychically. After all this.